Weird and weird, weird and weird, weird. It just got spoopy. Hey everyone, it's Char from Char's Fashion Nation, and today for Char's Spoopy story time, it is a story about the Mission Reservation and the outlying areas around it. So, back in 1855, the Umatilla, Cayuse, and Walla Walla tribes signed a treaty with the U.S. government at that time. We know how the government is. For 6.4 million acres of land, which is now known as Northeast Oregon and part of Southeast Washington State. Some of that is now owned by non-natives, including the Umatilla River watershed. Shall we shed light on that? So, shedding the light on the stories we always hear, there are other cryptics that are not to be spoke of. No. And for a reason. So we will go into things I have experienced when staying at a friend's trailer in the trailer park just down the road from the reservation. So one night while I'm there, I'm just having a great time with a friend and all that. There's this gravel quarry just like right at the end. And we go playing around and everything. So it's like we start hearing some weird, like cryptic noise. Okay, we don't know what it is. You know, I have friends on the reservation at that time, and bless them if they're still alive. This always happened before a train wreck because there's this train that goes between Hall's Trailer Court right next to it, and down over by the reservation. Now, most of the time, there was something weird that made it derail, like from Hall's Trailer Court all the way up to the reservation, which I always found to be weird because there were things that were just, metal was just shredded on the half that didn't touch the ground. Fuel would spill in the tankers that were on the trains, which is very dangerous to transport fuel on a train for that purpose, because like the amount of sand and cat litter it takes and other stuff to clean that up, right, takes forever. So we hear this and we're like up all night because we generally stayed outside in a tent or like out in the living room, and we would just like look out at the stars because you could back then. And this totally coincided with my friends at the reservation because I had spoke to them later on. They're like, you know, did you hear this thing is what I asked them. And they're like, we didn't just hear it. We saw whatever it was. It wasn't a Wendigo. Okay. And it was not a skinwalker. It was not a Bigfoot. It did not make any of those noises. Did the Jersey Devil or the Chupacabra make a trip? We are not sure on that. But it was definitely too shadowy. Let's put it that way. It was only a silhouette of this thing. So, in seeing just a silhouette on their side with kind of just orangey yellow glow eye with just like a tinge of red, it definitely wasn't a wolf because it was on two legs. I'm not saying that any kind of animal cannot just walk up on two legs, because yes, look at monkeys, apes. Okay, but that's not what it was either. We're trying to figure out, like, what was the sound before the train wrecked? Like, it made the train wreck. There's been several incidences, and it only happens at certain times of the year. Yeah, now tell me that isn't weird, that it was just done at certain times of the year. And other than that, we didn't really have a lot of train wrecks. Maybe like 1 or 2 out of the year. For the rest of the time, the rail was working just fine. But was it during a full moon sometimes? Or it had to do with harvest season, October, or it had to do with any type of solstice. Now, you think about that. Fall, and sometimes spring or summer, depending on what time it wanted to come out and be about and cause havoc. Do we know to this day what it is? No, we still don't know. In fact, I've been trying to research like what other kind of cryptic may it have been. If it wasn't a Wendigo, a skinwalker, or a Bigfoot, or a chupacabra, because it was too small to, a chupacabra is too small, is what I'm trying to say there. So, tell me what you think in the comments below of how creepy things can be when you're a kid and you like hear these things. And also the dress, in which I have a lot of altering to do on this dress. And I will see you in the next one. Stay spoopy.
I love to sew barefoot. I think maybe there's a lot of people that love to sew with bare feet. So bearing this in mind, I think there's a lot of nerdy goofiness that goes on. So in today's spooky story time, and I hope you love my nails, candy corns. When I turn this on, you'll be able to see that better, I hope. But if I move you up this way, it's because I don't quite like this view. I might like it better if it's moved more over this way. I would put you over here, but then the light, So let's give this a go. So in today's spooky story time, I will be telling you about some strangeness that happened where I was raised, and mostly about the Mission Reservation. Like, I had been there a few times, but I hadn't told you all the spookiness. So meanwhile, you guys know this is my singer heavy